Hey guys, this is Mike, and this is the 18th and final video of the LibGDX desktop tutorial. So the Asteroids game is going to be finished after this video. We have everything in the game already worked out. Okay. So we have pretty much everything. The last thing we need to do is to finish up the flying saucers and do the whole, collision stuff. First of all, I need to fix one thing in the game. Over here in play state, where you check if the player is dead, we need to do a couple of things here. Because in the original Asteroids game, when the player dies, then the flying saucer disappears. So flying saucer is null. And of course, when we kill the flying saucer, we also have to stop the sound effects. Small saucer and the large saucer, might as well stop both of them. Like that. So yeah, once the player dies, the flying saucer should go away. Let me just double check that this works. Okay, that's fine. So that works. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now we have to do collision. Now the way that I did collision here, I put everything in a check collisions method, and I have collisions for each one of these space objects here. Now obviously, the more space objects you have, the more collisions you need to check, and it will get out of control very quickly. So I'm just saying this is probably not the best way to do it, but this keeps everything in one class. So, you know, to me it seems pretty organized, but there has to be a better way to do it. I'm just not sure how to yet. I'm thinking about putting everything in one list or something, but that's for something else. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and do all of the collisions one by one. We already have collisions for player asteroid, bullet asteroid, and now that we're adding the flying saucers and the enemy bullets, we're going to need to add 5 more collisions. One between the flying saucer and player, one between the player and the enemy bullet, one for the bullet and flying saucer, one for the asteroid and enemy bullet, and one for the asteroid and flying saucer. So see, the more objects you add, the more you have to check, the more stuff you have to check for collision. So again, this is why I think this is most likely not the best way to do it. But again, this is just for I guess tutorial purposes. I'm just plainly showing you how the collisions are worked out here. So player asteroid, bullet asteroid. What do we need? We need player flying saucer. Let's see, which one should we start off with? We might as well player flying saucer. So this is pretty simple. Player flying saucer collision. Okay, so first let's check if there is a flying saucer currently up. So if not, if there is a flying saucer, then we have to check if the player or flying saucer intersects with one or the other. So player intersects flying saucer, or flying saucer intersects player, whichever. Then obviously the player is going to get hit, and we're going to do the explosion, create particles for the player. Layer.getY. I guess we can do one for the flying saucer as well. So double explosion, flying saucer.getX, and flying saucer.getY. Oh, it's right at the edge. Let me move this over. Okay. And flying saucer obviously gets killed, so flying saucer null. Also, we have to kill the sound effects. So small saucer and large saucer. Stop those two. Also, we need to play the explosion sound. explode. Cool. So that's player flying saucer. What do we need next? We can do bullet and flying saucer. So that's next over here. Bullet, flying saucer, collision. Remember, there's 5 collisions we need to do, so we already did this. This is the second one. Again, we need to check if the flying saucer is actually on the screen. If flying saucer is in the screen, if it's not null, then go through all the bullets. Print I equals 0, I is less than. Obviously, one of the things you can do is just to put bullet collision and player collision, or put all of this flying saucer stuff in the same if, but whatever. Again, this is just, I'm dragging everything out to show you, like, completely what is going on. Print I is 0, I is less than bullets dot size, I plus plus. Oops. So we go through every bullet. First, let's get the bullet from the list. Bullets dot get I, not J, I, and then the flying saucer dot contains b.getx and b.getY. Oh, whoa, what's going on there? b.getY. Yeah. Then we're going to remove the bullet from the list. Let's remove I minus minus, go back 1. Then create the explosion particles. Flying saucer dot getx and flying saucer dot getY. And it's off the screen again. Let me move this down. Ooh. Okay. Create particles, flying saucer, get x, get y. And we have to increment the player score. Flying saucer dot get score. So remember the big flying saucers. The big flying saucers are worth 200 points, I think. I don't remember. Wow. 200 and 1,000 points, I think. Yeah. So, and the flying saucer gets killed, so pretty much exactly the same as this. So let me just go up here, copy and paste this, because it's pretty much the same thing. Okay, and we can break, since we're in a loop. Flying saucer gets killed, so we can actually break. Oops. And stop going through the loop. Next thing is, player and enemy bullets. Let's do that. Player and enemy bullets. Collision. So first off, we need to check if the player isn't hit. Otherwise, this is pointless. So this is exactly pretty much the same thing as this. We just go through the enemy bullets list instead. I is less than enemy bullets dot size, I plus plus. Get the bullet from the list, get I, and if player dot contains b.getx and b.getY, then player dot hit, enemy bullet, remove the bullets, I minus minus, play the explosion. So this is all becoming routine stuff here, break. Next thing that we need, flying saucer and asteroid, and then the last one is enemy bullet and asteroid. So flying saucer and asteroid. Flying saucer, asteroid. Oops. Flying saucer, asteroid. Collision. Again, check if the flying saucer is even there. If it is, then go through all the asteroids. So this is looking pretty repetitive about now. Size I minus I plus plus. Get the asteroid from the list. Asteroids I get I. If A dot intersects flying saucer, then remove the asteroid. Oops, I minus minus. Split the asteroid. A. Create explosion particles at the asteroid position. Create particles, explosion particles for the flying saucer position. We already have that somewhere up here. I'm just going to copy and paste. So can't see it again. And so just create particles for those. Okay. And once again, same thing up here. Flying saucer gets killed. Stop the flying saucer sounds. Play the explosion sounds and break. And the last collision is asteroids and enemy bullets. So this is asteroid, enemy, bullet, collision. So this time we're going through two lists. For an I0, I is less than asteroids first or enemy bullets? I don't really know the advantages. I don't know. Enemy bullets probably, because there should be less enemy bullets on the screen than there are asteroids. So, you know, the only time enemy bullets are on the screen is if there's a flying saucer out, so we can skip this whole thing if we use enemy bullets first. Grab the enemy bullet. This is probably better, enemy bullets first, and then asteroids. For int j is 0, j is less than asteroids as size, j++. Grab the asteroid. Asteroids.get j this time. I for the enemy bullets, j for the asteroids. And if the asteroid contains the point bullet.get x, bullet.get y, then move the asteroid, move j minus minus, split the asteroids. So asteroids, or it's called split asteroids, I mean. I can't type. Wow. Split asteroids A, and remove the bullets. Enemy bullets are remove I minus minus, and create an explosion particle at the asteroid position. So that's a.get x, a.get y. Play the explosion sound. Okay, and break. So that should wrap it up. All the collisions are there. Let's go ahead and test. Okay, let's see if the okay. So the flying saucer killed me. Wow, I didn't even try to kill that flying saucer. My bad. I was just somewhere else. Okay, that flying saucer ran right into the asteroid. Okay, now I can shoot the flying saucers. That's good. So boosh. Okay. Yep. Okay, so everything's pretty much working now. Oh my god, the polygon collision is so bad. You see that crappy polygon collision? Anyway, I'm probably not going to fix that polygon collision. You guys can look it up if you want to yourself. The intersects stuff. Let me just, you know. Boosh. Yeah, 940. Try to beat my high score. My high score again is, it's in the description, it's 47,000 something. Although you should try to beat it once you actually have the flying saucers in the game, because flying saucers make this game like 100 times harder. Seriously. Especially the small ones, those things are dangerous. So yeah. Again, the one last thing you probably want to change in this game is the collision, because right now it is not perfect. Space object over here, the intersects method, all it does is check every point in one space object and every point in another space object. So the reason why it doesn't work fully is because, let me just draw this out. Let's see. Where's a pencil? Okay. So so you have the player like this, and then you have a tiny asteroid like this. So what I do with the intersects method is I go through every point in the player or the asteroid, whichever, doesn't really matter. And then I check whether or not any of these points are inside the asteroid. Obviously, if the asteroid is going to go straight through the player like this, none of these 4 corner points are going to hit. So, you know, the small ass asteroids can just go right through the player and nothing would happen. So this is a true polygon collision. Obviously, polygon to polygon collision would be to check like line segments or something. I don't really know how it works. So right now the intersects method that I'm using, that uses the contains point, is not foolproof. It's not guaranteed, especially since the small asteroids are so small they can actually just go right through the player. So yeah, that's just one thing to consider. And this game is pretty much finished. I hope you guys learned something about LibGDX. I mean, this really wasn't... It started out as a LibGDX tutorial, how to set up the game, camera, stuff like that. Get the sprite batch, shape renderer stuff. I didn't do any of the other things like textures or whatever. This is more of a game design tutorial, because all I did was show you how I structured the game, pretty much. And I did it like this. So, you know, you can obviously rearrange this however you want. And yeah, hopefully it gives you some ideas about how to structure a game. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this. So you have yourself a completed Asteroids game. Oh wait. One more thing I completely forgot. In the original Asteroids game, in the main menu, there is you have a bunch of asteroids floating around right here in the main menu. So the last thing, very last thing we're going to do in this game is just add some random asteroids floating around this main menu screen. So let's get to it. Very last thing in the game. Game states. It's in the menu state, right? This is the main menu. So we're going to add a bunch of asteroids, and it's similar to the play state. So we're just going to need an array of asteroids over here. So first off, private array list asteroid. Let's call it asteroids. Import that, and init, just put it down here. Asteroids is equal asteroids is equal to new array list asteroid. And I don't know how many asteroids you want to add. I guess 6 asteroids. Asteroids.add. That's not gonna fit. Asteroids.add, new asteroid. Mathutils.random, game.width, random area, random x, random y, and I guess just large asteroids. So import all that. And then in update, obviously we have to update all those asteroids. For an I is 0, I is less than asteroids. Dot size, oh my god, I can't type. I++, asteroids dot get I dot update dt, and of course we have to draw the asteroids. We want to draw them behind the menu and title, so we're going to draw them up here. We're going to draw them first in I is 0, I is less than asteroids dot size, I++, asteroids dot get I dot draw sr. Oh, I don't have a shape renderer. My bad. So one last thing up here, shape render, SR, import, and that up here, SR is equal to new shape render, and yeah, sb.set projection matrix, sr.set projection matrix, game.cam.combine. Boom. There we go. And of course we have to add it in the dispose. Always dispose this stuff. sr.dispose. There we go. Now the game is okay. I don't see any asteroids over here. What's going on? Where are they? Are you kidding me, bro? The game is supposed to be done. What did I do? Is it even drawing? Let's see. Asteroids outside. Yeah, it's drawing. Asteroids, I don't see any asteroids though. It's probably something in the asteroid. Wow. I'm blown away. What is going on? Oh my god. Are they updating? Update. Yeah, they're updating. They're updating. Drawing. I don't get it. Maybe if I get rid of this. Now I'm just fishing here. I don't even know what's going on. What in the world? Oh my god. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find out what in the hell is wrong with this thing. I'll be back in a sec. Hey guys, so I found out what's going on here. Apparently there is some problem with mixing sprite batch and shape render begin and end. So, you should not be doing sr.begin inside an sb.begin because it messes everything up. Get rid of this. So just move the sb begin after you draw the asteroids. I brought it back up to 6 asteroids. So there we go. There it is. And the game is finally done. No, wait. One more thing. For me, at least. One more thing for me. I don't know about you. The F, flying saucer timer. It's supposed to be 15 seconds. Make sure it's 15 seconds, not 5 seconds or whatever. So every 15 seconds a new flying saucer should come out. There we go. Now the game is done. For real. For real this time. It's completely finished. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this tutorial series, and I don't know, I might come up with something else and put that on my channel, but for now, it's gonna be it. I have ideas for the next tutorial series. I'm probably gonna do, what do you call it? Tile maps, using the tiled, the tiled software. I'm sure everyone knows about that if you've ever done tile maps or 2D tile games, tile-based games. I'm also going to incorporate Box 2D with that to show you how to come up with how to integrate both tiled and Box 2D together to create tile maps, basically. So yeah, that's cool. So it's not gonna be a full game though. It's just a tiled and Box 2D tutorial. So whatever. Maybe I'll do that. So I'm not promising anything. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this tutorial series, and yeah, thanks for watching.